If you're new to Gmail or you just want to refresh your skills on it, then this is a complete tutorial for you. Now, in this tutorial, we're going to look at 10 most commonly used features of Gmail. The first thing, you're going to learn how to compose an email, how to add recipients, how to write an email subject, write mail content, format email content, attach files, insert links, add signature, schedule email, and edit the reply to email address. Now let's get started. The first thing, you want to ensure that you're logged into your Google account in your browser, and then you're going to type mail.google.com. This will open your Gmail workspace, and then from this point now we're going to start step by step following everything that we've spoken about. The first thing is composing an email. Now, to compose an email, you just want to click on the compose button on the top left hand side of your screen if you are using your desktop. So I'm going to delete all this here because it's part of the things you're going to learn about later. Now, once you've clicked on compose email, the next step here is adding the recipients at the very top of your screen. So the recipient is the person who's going to receive this email. Now, in this section, you can do it in two ways. You can add just a single recipient, or you can add multiple recipients. In the multiple recipients options, you can use CC and BCC. So if you just want to add a single recipient, I'm going to just add here one recipient, and then I would just send it to them. If I want to use CC and BCC, I can do so too. CC means I copy a recipient who will see that this email was sent to a different person. So if I say I type here an address like this person will see that this person received this email. It is carbon copy. But if I want this email to be sent to a list of recipients, but none of them gets to know that the other person received it, then I'll use BCC instead. So I'll type here, for instance, BCC. I'm going to type that. So these two people will not see that this person received this email here. So you can add multiple addresses by just adding them. So I can add something like, for instance, I can add this as many as I want to every section of this email recipient section. Now, on to the third thing. The third thing here is writing the email subject. Now, in the email subject, you want to keep it short, but it must contain the main topic of your email. Let's say, for instance, we want to say end of year review meeting. So this is considered direct to the point. So the first thing, when they get the email notification, they will see this here, so they'll understand that this is exactly what that meeting is about. Don't make your subject line too long, and also make sure that it speaks exactly what the email is about clearly. Next is we have writing the mail content. Now, once you have done the subject, now you want to go to the body section. This is the part where you communicate every single thing that you would like to address in detail to the recipient of your email. So let's say we wanted to write about end of year review meeting. I can just start typing and say, dear team, for instance, and say, this is to remind you that our end of year meeting will be held on the 29th, or maybe let's say 21st of December. And then you share all the details of your email there. Now, if you want to make this easy, if you're using something like Google, then you have the option to use AI to write. I have an extension here from it's called Monica. It can help me regenerate this. So it has this. I can copy this and paste it there, but this is just by the way. You can just use any other AI tool to draft your email as long as you have given it that prompt. So paste here, and then I have a much better, but I can edit this as well and remove that that background that I've been given on that other side. So if I want to format this better and I don't see the ability to change it for me, I'm just going to copy this text here, and then I'm going to paste it into an online notebook that will not copy off all of those things, all the formatting that came from the AI tool. But usually you can always just change that. So when we go into this online notepad here, I'm going to paste my text here. I'm going to remove everything that I had pasted before. I'm just going to paste the mail content here. Then I'll just copy it back again. Copy, come back to my mail here and remove this. Just delete the whole of this, delete the whole of that. And then now I can just come and paste the plain text without the background and type my name here. Another formatting feature that you can do here is I can just add something like if I wanted to bold a certain section, if I want to underline it, if I want to change the color into something else, if I want it to be stress that is highlighting. So I can just choose to use any of that here or just remove it. So there are some other editing features here. You can choose the font style, you can choose the size, make it much bigger. You can also do things like align the text, number items within your email, and you can expand this to see other editing features of that. The next thing that we want to do here is the next thing that we want to do here after formatting the email content is attaching files. Now, you need to understand something here. If you are attaching files, you can't do anything beyond 25 MBs. If you want to do that, then you have to upload it to your Google Drive before you can attach it directly in email. But if you are attaching smaller files like a document, PDF document, a smaller one, or a Word document, or an image, it is easy. You just want to go to this icon here, the chain link icon, click on it, and then the file icon, and then pick, let's say we want to use an image. So let's just find one simple image here to attach. Let's say we want to attach this Apple logo, for instance. It is easily uploaded and added there. If I try attaching a file that is larger than that, so let's find something like a video that is bigger than the size that we have we wanted to upload. So let's try this here, which is 65 MBs. It is much bigger. Now you see your file is larger than 25 MBs and must be downloaded there. So it will automatically upload into Google Drive, and then the link will be added here. So you can't just directly, so this will only be accessible when somebody clicks on it. They'll have to be taken to Google Drive for it to be uploaded in that section. The next thing that you want to do is insert links. To insert links, you're going to use the in the link icon next to the file icon. So you're just going to select a certain section of your content. So details, if I had a document with the details, and then I'll come here and add links. Let's say I just want to add let's say google.com, just a default address. Then I can just apply, and you see the color is automatically changed, and when you click on it, you have the option to change or visit. So if you click, it takes you to that link. Now, next thing that we had to do after that is adding a signature. Remember when I started, I deleted a portion of this email down here. Now that was the part where we had we had the signature. This is what now we are going to do to add this. So I can close this here, or just select an already created signature and add. So if I say I want to add text signature, I can just scroll down here. Now you see what it is adding. This is the signature that has been added. Owtech Solutions 1, 2, 3. If you want to create a signature, you can just come here and manage signatures. If you open manage signatures, you'll be taken to the section where you have different signatures. You can create a new signature with just a plain name, so, or use already existing, like the default one that has been set here with the links and an image and everything. Now this here was created in Google Docs, and I'll leave a link on how you can design yours so that it takes an image and text, because if you create a new one here, it will just give you the option to create one that is only text based. So let's say test signature 2, test 2 signature. We just click on create, then we can edit and add anything, but the one that we have, the detailed ones, are created in Google Docs, and I will show you how that works. So once we are done with the signature, we can either send or schedule this email. Now scheduling allows you to send this email at a later date if you are maybe planning ahead of time. So if you want to schedule, just come to your already created email here. Then instead of clicking on the send button, click on the drop down here and schedule send, and then you can just change the date. You can select the pre-created dates here, or you can pick a new date and time. So scroll through your calendar. If I want to send it on 1st April at specific time, and then I just say schedule send. So share with people. I'm going to just yes, this is to update the access of the files that we shared. The zip file, remember, it was uploaded into Google Docs, and by default it's usually private unless you change it. So if I say send, now it has been scheduled. Now if I want to change, I just go here and go to the scheduled email, which can always be accessed on the left hand side in the menu items listed on the left. So I can cancel send if I want to cancel that send. Then this email will be reverted back to draft. Next, after learning how to schedule, is you can always edit the reply to email address. So let's go back here, close this. If you want to edit the reply to email address, which let's say you are sending an email out, but you want the response to be received by someone else who is going to be responding on your behalf, or you want it to be sent in your address, in a different address that is not the one you're using to send the email, then you can do that. So just go to settings, see all settings. Then when you go to account and import, then see there is send email as. So you want to edit info here. Then once you do this, edit this info, you have your name, and then you have the reply to email address in this section. So you can choose to add a different address here, that when an email is responded to, that will be the recipient of the response, and then you can save your changes. So that is basically the simple usage of Gmail. If you find it useful, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel for more tech tutorials.